The sound of the final buzzer means it's hangover time. So grab a drink and join your host, Alphonse Sidney, for a Miami Heat Beat post-game show.
And he... I am your host, Alphonse Sidney, a.k.a. Alf95. Welcome to the Miami Heat Beat post-game show. We are coming to... And anyway... I'm like trying to figure out. Anyway, woo, that was a rough one to watch in that first half. But it was a great game for your Miami Heat without Jimmy Butler, without Bam Adebayo. Kyle Lowry steps the fuck up. And you know what, Brass? Give me the motherfucking music right motherfucking now. Because I've been telling these motherfuckers Duncan Robinson is coming back. That man has been an elite three-point shooter for over 2 seasons. One of the greatest of all time. And you motherfuckers was clowning him after 21 games. I never gave up on that man. Don't go back and watch the other day's show. Don't go back and watch Wednesday's show. I never gave up on him. You motherfuckers are cowards. Just fucking spineless jellyfish. I told you my man was going to bring it back. My man taking motherfuckers off the dribble. My man up and under. Fucking, the bonus, don't care. Miles Turner, don't care. Out of here fucking hitting fucking 4-point plays. You got get the fuck out. Take me out, Brad. Fuck this shit. God damn.
Tell him, man.
Fucking cowards.
Tell him.
Cowards. Look at Siobhan. Ran like a coward. Ran like a coward because she was slandering Duncan motherfucking Robinson. Put some respect on that man's
Zero
name.
accountability from Siobhan.
He went into an arena full of his fellow white people, and he was just energized. It was like he was running up the steps of the Capitol and just. I'm sorry. Oh, my bad. No.
Chef Trilly says this man only plays well in red states.
Listen, he plays in Florida, so.
What's going on with Siobhan?
Is Siobhan being produced by the Bally Sports broadcast? What's going on?
I'm telling. Someone said Yurt just proved he's 3 seasons better than KZ already. Well, yeah, that's not terribly hard to do. Siobhan turned off her camera because she was embarrassed.
About what?
Embarrassed about the way that she slandered Duncan Robinson.
I don't give a fuck about that. Do it again.
Undeservedly so.
Whatever.
Hold on, wait. Siobhan with the most Stugatz energy. Do it again. Do it in the playoffs.
Do it again. I had to plug in my Ethernet. Stop it. Good game.
Cowards.
I feel like
You.
they plugged Duncan and Kyle in today too.
Mindless.
Yeah, I feel like they plugged them in too.
If you're watching on Twitch, thank you very much. We appreciate the subs and the bits and the dips and all that other shit.
Mostly the subs.
And if you're watching the replay on YouTube, thank you very much. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We don't have Moose, but it's still a Friday night, so let's find out what everybody's drinking.
Dude in the chat is just like straight up, I have a crush on Siobhan. My man just pull it up.
Oh wow.
Hey.
They found Twitch.
They found Twitch.
They didn't wait for YouTube to post. Wow.
Yeah, YouTube, if you want to see Siobhan live, twitch.tv/Miami Heat Beat. All right.
Siobhan's
you don't got to wait for the replay.
It sounds like a peep show. Live girls.
OnlyFans Miami Heat.
I mean, there's only one person here who has taken their clothes off for money, and it's me.
Oh God! Wait, wrong way. This way. This way. There he is. Siobhan, what are you drinking tonight?
Got some Apothic Red.
Oh, and who was your player of the game? I'm sorry. Who was your player of the game?
Okay, some Apothic Red, and my player of the game is Kyle's floor game. He definitely shot well, but I really, really loved the way he handled the ball tonight, creating space for good passes. I've said before, I think he's just been playing like decent, like really solid point guard play. Tonight, I saw kind of an extension in some of his floor stuff.
I thought Kyle was amazing. I thought the fourth quarter he was out there, and Rohan Nadkarni put a tweet out. He was out there with 4 undrafted players, and all he did was increase the lead from like 14 to 20. I mean, he was just amazing. Just it felt like in the beginning of the season when he was just controlling the offense again. Brass, what are you drinking tonight?
Listen, I have to be up at 4:30 in the morning, so I have work at 6 tomorrow. So I had a bottle of that Snoop Cali Red open, so I'm just drinking a glass of that.
Is that good?
It's pretty decent for a cheap red. Yeah.
All right.
It's good. It's good.
Good job, Snoop.
It's
Who's
good
your
enough.
player of the
It's
game?
good enough. I'm also going to be pretty uncreative there. I'm going to go with Kyle because I mean Kyle had an awesome, just all around game tonight. It was just so nice to see that offensive game. Nice to be like a good offensive game instead of an offensive game, which is basically what we've been getting from him lately.
Yeah.
And him actually having this shooting thing that G says he's capable of, that I was really questioning if he ever had it in him again. So yeah, props to Kyle tonight. He was great all around.
Look at Gianni's
G,
face.
what are you drinking? Oh, look, Gianni. No rants for Gianni tonight.
No
Who's
rants.
your player of the game, and what are you drinking?
A little under the weather tonight, so I'm having some tea out of my Gabriel Vivi mug. Vivi's pasted over some Sea Life. Shout out. My player of the game is Gabe Vincent, man. Let me tell you something. It's really nice to have a dude who can produce. I mean, really just an all-around great guy, great backup point guard. I mean, just a standout performance of the evening, I think. I know that you guys went in a different direction, but for me, it was just Gabe, man. That fourth quarter, those big threes at the end of the game, just huge from that guy, man. It's just, great to see it. You love to see it. Was there another big performance of the night?
No.
Did anybody else play well?
There was another guy.
Interesting.
I'm drinking vodka and Sprite, by the way, and we do have. I'm gonna give my player of the game, and it's also the ga of the game. Go ahead and run that shit, Brass. So we got a player that I've never doubted ever. Find the tweet, find the tape. I doubt it.
I hate this.
Beautiful pocket pass right here.
What a pass. What a pass.
What a beautiful pass. Big Yurt out here giving Sabonis fits. He said, I don't give a fuck who your daddy is. I'm your daddy now, motherfucker.
Oh.
Here we go. On your bitch ass.
See what a shot fake would do?
Little shot fake. And just, listen, I was dogging the fuck out of Yurt after his first few minutes. He literally looked like he had never played basketball before. I know I'm not getting a Yurt jersey.
Too far.
Never.
I compared him to Joel Anthony. I said he has Joel Anthony hands.
Well, it wasn't even just the hands. It was like
It was his
defensively.
legs.
It was like defensively. It's like they were passing the ball. It's like, oh my God, they're passing it so fast. Like he was just so confused. And then you know what? He got comfortable. It was like he looked at the Patriots like this might as well be a G League team, and he was like, boom, Yurt time. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like little putbacks. Listen, he settled down. He was good. I'm not giving him, the backup role yet. He could be the perfect front court partner next to Bam.
I've been saying that for years. But listen, you won't find any Yurt slander from me on the internet. Played a good game. So that was my player of the game. He came in and he really did a good job against that big front line, Siobhan. I mean, Devin played well too, but instead of them coming with a KZ at the backup, which Spo said KZ does a lot of things defensively that Bam does, and I threw up in my mouth a little bit. But after I got over that, I thought they did well against a big front line.
I think so. I think, Yurt settling in. He looked a lot better. Them first few minutes, it looked like Bambi out there. He rolled from a pick and stumbled over his feet. Like you said, it felt like the ball was coming at him too quick. But yeah, once he got settled in, you see kind of what he could be able fuck around and let Yurt get comfortable. We'll see what that happens. But yeah, I think Gabe got him that little lob, and then Kyle came and gave him a really beautiful pocket pass, and he doesn't grab the ball for me enough on rebounds. He pats the shit around.
Tips, yeah.
But he using his body, he did keep Sabonis away from it and was able to keep it live. So I'm with you. I'm not just silver plating the backup role over to him. But similar to what I said on the spaces today, with Bam being out and with Jimmy being out, Tyler having been out, we've seen Max and Gabe and Caleb get a lot of really good minutes that I think will be big for them down the stretch. If Yurt can get some minutes and get some reps and some seasoning and, just get more time to get comfortable out there, maybe he can give them something. But yes, Carla Tiana, don't get fooled. Shout out to Brass. But he looked good tonight.
Brass, one thing I noticed tonight in the beginning of the game, I mean, how many games lately have they been going down by 12, 14 in the first quarter? And then it feels like the rest of the way, every 3-point shot is crucial because they're trying to make up a big deficit. Tonight, Kyle and Duncan got going early. And these are all the shots that two of those guys miss and have been missing in the rest of these games. And you see how important it is if they can put up some scores early, get this team with a lead, and they can play with the lead instead of trying to catch up all game. Everything looks a lot better that way.
Yeah, we have enough people to be able to stay in games if we get up enough, but this team is just not good offensively to play comeback.
I don't think they have the firepower. I mean,
yeah, they don't have the firepower because but particularly I think when players do tend to have the yips lately, if it's anything mentally, if that's the reason that they can't get their shots, yeah, you're not. I'm sorry, that's not happening in like a big comeback one. So yeah, it was nice to see them really just kind of pound it in there early.
I never. Phrasing.
Yeah.
So, well, speaking of phrasing, we have to play something that someone pointed out to me. Listen to what Karate said tonight.
John, let's get back to the
spit in my hand and provide a little bit of lubrication for him.
Excuse me? What?
John, let's get back to
Spit in my hand and provide a little bit of
OnlyFans.com/John Karate. Holy shit.
An OnlyFans situation.
Oh my god. A dryness situation.
Was that Sabonis? Was it Sabonis that lost the contact lens? I think that's what that was in reference to.
I don't know.
Oh, that is disgusting.
Yeah, it makes it better, right? Yeah.
COVID karate.
COVID karate, yeah.
Let me spit in your eye.
And
Biddle situation.
Yeah, I gotta imagine.
interior.
Yeah, I gotta imagine it's easier to let it fly up 14 than it is down 18. Right? So
Oh yeah, when you're down, you get shit like this. Oh, it's not working. My fucking. Oh wait, I got it. What happened to the fucking clip? Never mind. I'll pull it up.
But when you're up 14, you see Duncan doing things where he's putting the ball on the floor, he's getting to the basket. Kyle is letting it fly. Like it just is. I'm thinking it's got to be. I've never played competitive basketball. I one time played at Cypress Park in Coral Springs and pulled a hamstring. But I got to imagine that it's easier to shoot when you're up.
Gianni?
I was talking to G.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah,
Stop drinking out your little fucking anime cup and pay attention.
Well, it's also an aquarium mug. Okay, so it's both.
You save that for when his camera cuts out.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, Alf, one of the things I noticed with like kind of what you're talking about in Duncan, not just like playing from ahead, but making like decisions instead of just like firing. I think that Kyle and I think Kyle was just firing and he was just hitting all his stuff, and then that kind of opened up his game. But for Duncan, they were ahead. He was able to kind of play within himself. When he would get the ball, he wasn't like instantly putting up a shot. He was kind of reading the defense, seeing like what the best option was. And sometimes that was putting the ball on the floor. Sometimes that was not taking the shot, kind of waiting for the defender to jump, making a pass, and then getting the ball back. So it was like a lot of little things that they kind of did. And I think the cushion of the lead kind of made them a little more comfortable because, credit to Siobhan and Tiff because they've been kind of pointing out their slow starts. Even though their first quarter numbers are good, the starters sometimes don't look super great, like out the gate. And I think this was a rare exception, and it kind of settled everybody. So, Alf, I think you're absolutely right.
Do you think those first quarter numbers are buoyed by like the first 2 weeks of the season? Because I don't remember after like that first initial run where they were beating the brakes off people. How many good first quarters have you seen?
Well, I mean, the the bench, like the Deadman
It's Tyler.
Tyler units are really, really good.
Yeah.
But the starters are super plus. It's also injury, Alf. Like they're not like the 5 guys that are like supposed to be there have like barely played together. So, you look at that lineup and you're like, okay, this lineup's like super plus on the season, but also like their minutes are a lot lower than other lineups because like Jimmy's been in and out. Obviously now Bam missing time, Kyle missed that game, little things like that. So I think it's a little bit of everything.
Duncan getting to the line 7 times. I have an eye test, and I kind of, instead of me, I'm going to go over it, but I really want to see what Siobhan thinks because this is what Siobhan has been asking Duncan to do all season. So let's go ahead with the eye test.
Tired of PER, EFG, QBR, PDQ, and QVC? Wait, what? Well, ditch the calculators and spreadsheets and check out the only stat that truly matters. It's time for Alf's eye test.
Did you see that they canceled the long shot that they were supposed to record in Fort Lauderdale?
Paris is working
Really?
that, man.
Yeah, they canceled it. They moved it to like 2022.
Yeah, they're waiting for the shot to get fixed.
Holy shit.
Bro, that was my man hiding from the public.
Would you I wouldn't do a Hangover Time live in the middle of a 12-game losing streak, so I understand. Okay. By the way, we have some news on Hangover Time live, but let's go to this play. I don't really remember what happened. I just remember liking what Duncan did. So Duncan gets the ball here, and instead of just settling, I mean, look at that shit. The little fake pass to UD, which Sabonis didn't really go for too much because he knew he wasn't really passing to UD. But just the fact that he puts the ball, because you see the hard closeout from Lamb.
That's it.
And instead of just taking the ball, stepping to the side, he goes towards the basket, little flip over Sabonis. He froze him a little bit with that fake, just enough to get the ball over him. But like that's the stuff, Siobhan, you've been asking him to do all season.
Yeah, you hit it with it being that hard closeout, right? People have different opinions about the whole gravity thing, but if it's going to cause people to close out this wildly and this aggressively on you, which it has a lot through the season, that's open. And open a few games he's gotten in there, and yeah, he did hit this one with the left, Eric. He's gotten in there and hit a couple with the right. So I like G said, making better and like more sound decisions, knowing the dude that he is and how people are playing him.
Well, to me, that was just nice because the last 3 games, that just would have been a superly contested 3 that would have done nothing.
Pressing.
So, we would have been,
Or
we
a
would have been
sidestep
railing
and a
at him for that.
pass.
Bro,
Yeah.
he had
Right.
fewer attempts today than he has normally, and he just shot so much better. Like he only shot, I think, 7 times from 3. He has as many free throws as he did, but he was 4 for 7, and it was a balanced game. It was not like every time my man is catching the ball, he's putting it up. And I understand that when you're frustrated, you're just like, I gotta get out of this. Like every time I'm gonna fucking shoot this. But I think today was really like a super. Like he looked like himself. Like, and I think we say that, like, I don't just say that because he hit shots, just like he just looked in control of what was happening.
And
I feel like he looked better than himself because himself is mostly like hitting shots. I feel like he looked like a little bit better than that.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't look
defensively.
flustered
He was getting in passing lanes. He was. Yeah. I mean, did he get? He didn't.
He had one
got
foul.
2 rebounds.
Bro,
He had
Only had
Colin
one
back up,
personal
Brass.
foul. Huh?
What's that?
What's this guy like making basic basketball moves? Wow, bro, he's finishing over Sabonis, who's 7 feet tall. Shut the fuck up. I mean, what are you talking about? What are you? Why the fuck are you watching basketball? What like? I mean, like that's bullshit. Like, bro, this guy has fucking struggled. He's eating shit. He's fucking been down in the dumps. So you're mad at him because he's fucking freezing a 7-footer in the lane and finishing over him? Shut the fuck up. What the hell do you want out of these people? I hate Heat fans. You're horrible. Take me out, bro. People suck, man.
And on I hate Heat fans. It's not very good for you.
Bro, but like, why are you doing that? Like,
that?
What utility does that serve?
Well, and you know what? And Kenny was saying this on the timeline, like rooting against your own guys. Like it's just weird to me. Like I was shitting on Yurt, right? The tweet's out there. I haven't deleted it yet. Team never delete. But as soon as he started playing well, what did I say? I was like, holy shit, I take back all my Yurt takes.
Dog,
like,
we all were slandering.
But it's okay.
We gotta stop calling everything slander. That's the thing. We gotta stop calling everything slander and stop calling everything rooting against.
It's the truth.
I was legit slandering.
No, you were. Yes.
I was
too.
But
I called him Joel Anthony with like his hands.
Is like when these guys are playing well, like celebrate them. Like don't be like, oh man, I mean, come on. Like we can celebrate and have a good time. Like we don't have to just. Someone said for G to go back to Toronto. But like we don't have to just because we were proven wrong for one game, just like, oh well, do it. I know Bron said that earlier. I'm not talking to you about. But like these people who just like don't even want to celebrate the fact that Duncan had a good game. Like I just don't get it. Like you're a fan of the team. Like it's weird to me. Like too many fans on Twitter. I'm just gonna say this and just out there in general, you all think you're analysts. Like you're not. Like we're just like.
We're analysts. You're not.
I've said it 1,000 times. I'm not a fucking analyst.
Siobhan and I are
you
analysts.
An analyst? Brass, you an analyst?
Fuck no, I'm not an analyst.
I'm
an alcoholic with a microphone.
I'm just a
and the keys to the production of the fucking show.
An alcoholic with a microphone. That's the business model, baby.
Alf, you're absolutely right. Like I will be first in line to be critical about Duncan, but we'll also am happy to have seen him had a good game. And it's not just the shooting, like you said, it's him having done other things. And so, yeah, this weird fixation, like I get people, Duncan game made me cry of happiness. Yeah, same. And shout out to Jay. He called it being a big Duncan game and a big Kyle game. But just this fixation on like wanting to be right. Everybody want to be right, but it's okay and you aren't. And like don't sit in that like kind of misery. Like celebrate the dudes when you can even recognize that it's just a game, want to see it again, but like go up for them for having shown improvement. Y'all are strange.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, that's like quote of the year right now. I'm not an analyst. I'm an alcoholic with a mic.
I like that. That should be. Let's make a shirt, Brass.
Well,
was that it?
Me and Brass's faces. We're not analysts. We're just alcoholics with mics. One thing I did notice in the fourth quarter, I thought Spo rode that lineup a little bit too long with Kyle and the 4 undrafted guys. But what I will say is like we can complain about Kyle and Duncan a lot, right? But these bench guys all season have been bailing them the fuck out. And now you put Dedmon and Hero in the starting lineup, who are your best 2 bench guys, and then the rest of them just start stepping up. Gabe, we've talked about Gabe nonstop. I think per 36 minutes in his last 10 games, he's like 18 points a game or some shit. Wow. Strus has stepped up. Caleb Martin stepped up. Tonight, Yurt steps up. And they let you sit Duncan Robinson for the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Dedmon sat for the entire fourth quarter. They're playing a back-to-back. That's huge, Siobhan. Like,
yes.
That's big going into a game against the Bucks where you're going to need that size.
And it was a genuine, like, let them sit, not they had been playing bad, so they needed to sit, or Duncan was in foul trouble, so he needed to sit. No, like, the guys, like I said, the bench helped buoy them. And so, yeah, allowed you to rest dudes, to keep some legs first. Like you said, we have Milwaukee tomorrow. That is a good thing.
Damn it, G.
Brass.
But
Brass, same with Brass.
I wanted you to play the music.
Well, speaking of Dedmon, I have to show what this is what the official Miami Heat Twitter account just put out there.
Damn, yo.
The mechanic.
Next man up, the mechanic Dedmon has been holding it down. That starting spot, points in the paint.
Just man, they love that mechanic thing.
We're an institution.
Well,
this is so cool.
You want to take mechanic? Tiffany Meeks has a new nickname for the backcourt.
Jesus Christ, man!
Buns and Duns. All right.
Buns and Duns.
Challenge Miami Heat beat admin. You're gonna put out Buns and Duns? Huh? You want us to take our shit? Put out Buns and Duns. All right. That's a great nickname. I'm only saying, but like when they have we need to make that
it's like a buddy cop film.
We need to make it a T-shirt, but you know what that B is gonna look like?
An ass. It's got to be some cheeks.
Peach.
Or a peach. There you go. Class it up some.
Brazilian butt lift. Time for Bond's breakdown.
Oh, hold on. let me break it down so it can forever and consistently be broke.
So 3 offense, 1 defense. They did a lot that I enjoyed this game. And so I just wanted to highlight a few things. Go ahead, Brass. So, right. Bring it back for me one time. So, ideally, you want kind of Gabe to be able to throw that lob, but you'd also want that to be someone who can go up and get it and not UD. But they ended up clearing out the whole right side. This would have been a super high DHO to try to get off. And what does PJ do? Takes the ball. He misses the layup. You can go ahead. He misses it. But I just I like that option. I like that onus. I like that initiative with a entire right side kind of cleared out. Go ahead.
Kelly Keeper.
Hey. So, okay, pause. So this was the first play of the third quarter. We talk a lot about, ways to get Bam and the post guys open. And I mentioned before how they used to do a lot of, like screening across, using Duncan to bring the 4 over. Start it over. If you look though, here they started it with Kyle. So Kyle is that bottom person. Screen here, pause. So Kyle's going to fly out. So now that's a little bit less space. Or a little bit more space to kind of work with. And you also kind of give PJ some momentum going downhill coming off of this screen. So go ahead, Duncan's going to back screen for PJ. PJ gets open, he misses this also, but things that look nice that we got to capitalize on. Go ahead.
PJ is fucking up your breakdown right now.
$1 million moves, shit finish. So pause. So one more time from the beginning. This is their offense against this zone. And stop here. So Kyle clears out. Tyler has to dribble. Tyler needs to give you 1 or 2 dribbles to the right so that he can hit Duncan here. If Duncan doesn't have this shot, go ahead. PJ's rolling. Pause. G, you and I were talking about Duncan, having gotten better with that pocket pass. He had so much space between where the screens were set against the zone that would have been an easy pass. Now you force Miles Turner back there to either play PJ or play Dedmon. But they don't. And do some other things. I think go ahead, Brass. I think the broadcast glitched. Yep, here we go. And then we come up with Tyler in the middle. The middle of the zone is the soft spot, so that's a good place to get it. I wish they would have gotten it a little bit of a different way, though. And then finally, our zone. Sometimes it looks really good, sometimes it needs work. Pause. So they started in this 2-3 and it's high. By what I mean by high, your back line is fairly high up. Dude in the corner is all the way behind Tyler. It's also a little bit unbalanced. Gabe should be accounting for Jeremy Lamb over there. Duncan's fine. Caleb's fine. I want UD to step up a bit to show that he's kind of taking responsibility, force a bonus, so that forces Tyler to drop back to have to cover this dude in the corner. Go ahead. He kind of floats. No one takes him soon enough, and Tyler can't be so high as to let that dude get backdoor on him. Go ahead. You can bring me out. They've gone to the zone a bit more here recently. Sometimes it looks really good. Sometimes they have some balance and some ownership of man in space type of issues that I want them to work on. But I think that they really did a lot of fun things tonight. I'm actually excited to go back and watch this game, and I haven't wanted to watch the last 5 games again. So,
Carla Tiana, I need you to change the way you spell analyst because it sounds dirty the way.
Does it though? Or
it sounds dirty the way it looks like anal.
Is that just how you read it?
Maybe I just dirty. I also like this. Kenny got NBA referee glasses. Kenny, enjoy Atlanta, brother. We'll see you when you get back.
Yeah.
He won't see us without his glasses though.
So the Heat, second game without Bam and Jimmy. Now they're 14-9. They shot all the way back up to 3rd in the East because that's the way the East is right now. It's all jumbled together. I mean, I think they were talking about on the broadcast. The East is 11 teams with over 500. This is not it's not going to be an easy season to land in the top 4. But Brass, after to be 1-1 right now without Jimmy and Bam, like, how are you feeling going forward? Like, are you on a high, or are you like on some don't get fooled shit?
I'm not on the low I was on.
Fair.
Bryce is even
yeah,
keel.
yeah, no, I feel okay. I mean, I think we're gonna see more some close games coming up, and it's gonna be kind of coin flips. But this team can, I think you're gonna see this. I think they can surprise you. I do. I do really hope that Kyle learns something from this. Like, I mean, Kyle, as if he has anything to fucking learn. He's been in the league how many fucking years? But like, he's good. He's real good, and hopefully Duncan gets over his shit, and we can win some of this. I don't know, but tomorrow night I did hear that Giannis is doubtful.
Really?
Oh, I didn't
So
hear
that's
that.
something.
Oh, look at us getting a break for
So
fucking
that is
once.
something.
And Brooke Lopez is out, and you know what Brooke does to this fucking team.
It
Yeah.
makes no sense.
He kills us. But we
Well,
don't
I
have
mean, except for that one time.
that one time. G.
Yep.
Speaking of what Brass was saying, learn something. I don't necessarily think that, just like he said, I don't think Kyle has something to learn. But with this team, I think there are some learnings to take away from these games without Bam and without Jimmy. Like, you can get into the Valley trying to share cable illegally. You got caught. Yo, listen.
200-foot coax.
Valley Sports is like the Section 8 of fucking cable right now. Like, it is rough. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, I'm not trying to big up Fox, but Fox Sports was way better than this shit.
Fox got Republican dollars.
That's what I'm saying. Like, get that. Change your platform, Valley, because you out here looking broke. I mean, golly. And it's not just tonight with the technical difficulties. Like, game score be all fucked up, shot clock be all fucking wrong. Score don't be on the fucking screen. They sit there, keep cutting a motherfucker in the crowd. 3 plays have passed. Like, oh my god.
That is
anyway,
hilarious. I don't watch any of them on Valley.
Some of
Praise
these
God.
weird fucking camera angles. I'm looking at niggas' socks, and then somebody shooting a 3. I don't know. Listen, we run a pretty professional broadcast over here, so I feel like I have room to talk shit. But
Agreed.
I mean, get your shit together, Bally. Like, golly. Anyway, G, I forgot what I was going to ask you. Oh, there are some learnings to be taken away. Like, shout out Eric Reed for the Haitian representation. G, there are some things they can learn. Like, there's no reason that Kyle should be less aggressive out there with Bam and Jimmy, because the same easy shots he's getting for some of these bigs like Dedmon, like Yurt, he can get those for Bam. And then the minutes that he's not on the court, Jimmy can take over. So I think there are some things he can learn from this time without Jimmy on the court.
So a couple things. First, shout out to Kerner Kid, resubscribe with Prime. We love and appreciate that. If you are not subscribed and you want to use our emotes, I put a link in chat. If you have Amazon Prime, you get a free subscription, so that helps us. You don't get commercials, and you get our cool emotes. Also, shout out to Doodoo Boy 89 for 5 gifted tier 1 subs.
What is
Thank you, Doodoo Boy.
Thank you, Doodoo Boy. But Alf, to answer your question, I mean, it's not that he has stuff to learn, but it's like, and I've been saying, like, he's gonna find his shot a little bit. I don't think he's gonna be like a super elite shooter this year, but I do think he's gonna be a lot better than he was. And I thought today was obviously a good first step. And I wouldn't be surprised if he looks a little bit better offensively with these kind of weird lineups, because when he's playing without Jimmy and Bam, I do think his assist numbers might take a little bit of a hit, but he might have a little bit more like spacing flooring wise, right? Because when you don't have Jimmy and Bam, those are 2 non-shooters. He's just playing with one big, which is a roller. In either Dedmon or in Yurtseven's case, even a pick and pop guy. So he has a little bit more room. They play a little bit smaller without those guys. So they kind of lean into 3 guards more. They close the game with Tyler, Gabe, and Kyle. It's a 3-guard look. Super space floor. Yurtseven, obviously a pick and pop threat. So I think that actually might be a blessing in disguise, in the sense of that might get him going a little bit to play as something he's a little bit more comfortable with, like in space, kind of an offense that's more suited to him instead of like kind of feeding Jimmy and Bam or whatever. So not that he has stuff to learn, but I think that this could kind of get him acclimated with some of the Heat stuff in a little bit easier of a way. And I think when Jimmy and Bam do return, I think everything will look a lot better.
Yeah, Siobhan, like there's no reason to revert. You know what I mean? Like the things that you're doing now and you know just dominating, because there are times you saw there in the fourth quarter there was a lot of times where he eased off and let Gabe bring the ball up and Gabe run the offense. Some of that was herky jerky, and it was a little bit rough at times, but you could tell he's probably trying to save his legs for a back-to-back. But I just think that there's no reason to take that step back even with Jimmy on the floor.
Yeah, she talked about his assist numbers maybe being a little bit down. He had 9 tonight.
He did.
PJ had 4, Gabe had 4, Caleb had 3, and so I really do like what Gabe. God damn it, I do like what G said about the lineups. Maybe creating more space for him to operate. But Alf, you are correct too in that there's no real reason for him to kind of regress and as far as aggression. I'm so sorry. With Jimmy and Bam back. For whatever reason, like when Jimmy's camped out in the corner, you have guys like hug to him for no reason at all. And Bam can find his space in the mid to low, wherever he wants. But I think he has to keep it up. I think he has to kind of let this mentality carry over and trust that Jimmy and Bam not will get theirs where they fit in at, but like I think the looks will be there, and then when they're not there, then you have, like you said, your Jimmy and your Bam. But I really do like Kyle with this unit. Shout out Carlos Hiana. Yes, time to push the Caleb agenda. For those of you that don't know, that is Gabe and Caleb. Put Caleb is what we call him here. But no, I think you're right, Alf. I think Kyle has to keep this this mentality as far as scoring, even with Miami's full complement. It opens up things for everybody.
Shout out to Post Up 75 Gaga for gifting 10 tier 1 subs to the community. Man, I'm gonna drink to that.
Go ahead, Brass.
Cheers. Brass, you want to hit us one time?
We're gonna hit him one time with a drip drop.
I like when you do it more than I like when Moose does it.
I don't like when anybody does it, really.
I think drip drop is yours now.
Oh,
well,
wow.
I did win.
You did win the
This.
hottie.
I did win this, but
Now you have it right there to show off.
I know that Alf
Where
will
else is it gonna
agree,
be?
and I know that all y'all will agree. Like when we get y'all like donating like that, you don't understand how much that means to us. That shit literally keeps us running. We do stuff minimum 5 days a week. We're doing 2 pods and a minimum 3 hangover times. And the fact that you guys are really publicly supporting us in this way, it makes this all happen and everyone gets paid. Moose makes my skin crawl. We don't pay Moose for that.
Alf clicked that comment.
Yeah.
I did.
If you guys want, we won't pay Moose and we'll just pay like Siobhan and Tiff more. That's fine by me. But
I almost had an issue.
shout out to the audience for being.
I mean, listen, if you guys don't sub, our shit's gonna start looking like Bally Sports.
Listen,
I mean,
what?
we gotta keep that money.
I thought for sure Brass was gonna hit us with technical.
I was waiting.
No.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not talking about the out. I just meant the technical difficulty.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to do it?
No, it's too much. It's too late.
No,
It's
but
forced.
like for real,
It's
Siobhan,
these handoffs.
when they go 3 guards with Kyle and like they've played a little bit more zone. I thought he was flying defensively today. The rotations were really, really good. He was super active. He fights when he gets switched on to a big guy. He doesn't back down. He's very handsy, but he doesn't. I know he had 5 fouls today. Some of those were like total horseshit. That offensive foul call was like not the hook, but the other one. It was just like total dog shit. Whatever. The point is, he's like very physical with bigger guys, and I think that they kind of get a little bit off kilter because he's really strong, kind of like Harden, just like load, like really like strong base. PJ, like they'll push these bigs around. Like there were multiple times that Sabonis had him sealed, and Kyle pushed him out when he was trying to get position. And that's just huge when you're down Jimmy and Bam. Like, it's fucking huge.
Yeah, you have like these real like barrel built type guys. Kyle, PJ, James, like you said. And yeah, he's lower to the ground than DeMontis. So he has like more gravity working with him to like help push. And yeah, like the center of where his weight is focused on like some of the more unstable areas of the body. So yeah, he is able to fight and push DeMontis. And I do think it's big, especially in the lineups where PJ isn't there and they do have these like 3 really small guards. Gabe tries, but he's like too small, but he has that effort. But Kyle has the build and the tenacity to do it pretty effectively when it works.
Shout out to G Protocol for the Prime sub. If y'all are Prime, if you have Amazon Prime, get that free sub. They owe it for you. You pay for that in your Amazon Prime subscription. Click the link in chat. Get your free sub. It's great.
Somebody's talking. Aisha's talking about the amount of missed calls on the Heat. Man, I thought that he got away with some shit tonight.
No, dog. That offensive foul on Kyle when they called the push off, that was the weakest shit ever. Especially when he got fucking.
There was a couple times like
Kyle
they
does
tried
that
to
a
bail
lot.
Kyle out on that fucking like with 1 second left. He hooked Miles' thigh.
No, that was an offensive foul for sure. It was the other one that they. I mean, come on.
I thought it was. Hey, listen, I talk shit when it's the other way. I think we got away with a little bit tonight. Which is, listen, we didn't have Jimmy and Bam. Give us a fucking break. So now we're gonna go to our next segment, one of our favorite segments, one of your favorite segments. But while we do that, what we're gonna do a little bit differently tonight is we're gonna go ahead and take some questions from the chat. So while we're doing this next segment, go ahead, hit us with your questions in the chat. We'll try to get to as many of them as possible before we sign off for the night. We're on a back-to-back, guys. You can't be up all night with you.
Yo, Gurge21, so just subscribe with Prime. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, look at that. Following instructions. I love it.
Fucking
Let's go ahead and hit him with Devin's Garage.
But don't.
My favorite, though, is that old black man that work on everybody's car in the black neighborhood. You know, you need a little carburetor fix or something, you go to him, he be talking to you whole time with his just hanging off his lip. What you got there now? What you got? Yeah, bring that back around about 4 o'clock. There ain't no goddamn problem. I'll put a carburetor on there for you. I used to work out the plant 15 goddamn years. I'll put a carburetor on there for you. Nigga, just bring me back a plant. Boy, you know what, boy? You look like your goddamn daddy. You don't look like you leave.
It's the best segment we do. It's like not even.
It's the best intro we do. Because
it's not. It's like
the
I think it's
pretty bad because I'm so bad at doing the play-by-play.
Every time he does literally anything, we're like, "Hey, clip
that
that."
shit." All those pictures, like as they scroll, I'm like, "No, that's my favorite one," and then another one scroll, I'm like, "No, that's my favorite." They're just
Meanwhile,
fucking art, man.
I still got on cargo pants.
Shout out a couple more subs, Alf. Sauce McPherson is gifting a tier 1 sub to the community, so thanks for that. But we want to shout out our subs and stuff.
Okay,
that's it.
Good job. All right, so the first Deadman play. Here we go. You bitch ass. This is just another example of what Kyle was doing out there.
Kyle's best pass all season.
No, it was either this one or the Yurt one, but the fact that he's
crazy.
This one came first.
Yeah,
that one was harder because like he really had to put a lot on that one.
And then just these guys rolling to the rim. I'd like to see more of this with Bam. We saw a lot of it in the first few weeks of the season. I feel like they kind of went away from it, or they're just not. It's just not clicking the way it was. So hopefully when Bam gets back, we see more of that. Here we go. Just another little putback from Bam, just doing the yeoman's work.
He called him Bam. That's how good he's been.
Bam. I'm sorry, Devin. Throwing some bonus out of his way. Get your bitch ass out of my way. Sabonis looks like the new mechanic in the shop, and Devin just has no respect for that shit.
This one!
Corner 3.
Play Bam and Deadman more together. Let Deadman be the space. Just let me see it.
I told you guys earlier, Yurt is the perfect front court partner next to Bam.
Telling lies.
It's his fifth 3 of the year.
What was that, Brass?
That's his fifth 3 of the year.
That's awesome.
1, 2,
solid,
3,
man.
4, 5.
5 more than Kyrie Irving. That's crazy.
Really good efficiency too. Really.
You didn't have to do that.
Out shooting Kyrie Irving on the season. That's Kyrie, bona fide shooter.
Why are you doing that?
We ended the last show with Bam telling me Deadman has the best 3-point shooting on the Heat, and I threw my mic at my monitor. Because I was upset.
I really hope that Kyrie situation. There was a report today, and it's like update on Kyrie, and it was like he is not close to getting vaccinated. And I'm like, yikes.
They're going to change the rules in New York, but this Omicron,
I don't know.
Marion
I don't know.
shit, this omnipotent crap, I think it's gonna fuck that
Marion
up.
strand, yeah.
I don't think they're gonna do that with Omicron.
Yeah. Well, too bad, Kyrie.
I also saw that that the Lakers said that Kendrick Nunn is nowhere close to returning. Motherfuckers
Really?
They're mid-level, they're mid-level on him. Hasn't played a game.
They seen his defense and like, man, just sit your ass down.
They're counting on him too. They're like, no, when we get Nunn back, we're taking off.
All right, shut up. We got questions.
Like,
All right, there's a trade question. I'm not doing trade questions tonight.
No, I did trade question. Okay.
Yeah, skip the trade question.
Okay.
I like this.
Not tonight.
Not after a win.
I like this zone question for Siobhan.
Tasteful.
What Fig said asks how much we sticking with the zone going forward with the active damn, Stu Gotts active roster as is.
That's fine.
I think a decent amount with the roster that's currently there. I think you kind of have to. And they look good when they do it. When they do it with attention and like with some, I don't know, like focus behind it. I think it's fine. I think we see it a bit. People be a little bit too athletic for Dedmon, and you know our guards are small, so can be picked on. I think you see it a bit.
I thought Yurt did a good job on the back line of that. And honestly, with Yurt out there, you might want to play a lot more zone just so he doesn't have to move his feet on the perimeter because he can't switch.
Because he can't do that.
Kerner Kid asks, G, do y'all think Yurtseven can break rotation because of Bam's knees and injuries later this season?
Probably not a playoff rotation, certainly a regular season rotation, you know, when guys can rest a little bit more if he's going to be like a legit reliable guy. And especially like if you like, let's say Jimmy and Kyle play, you know, maybe you're more comfortable sliding in Dedmon into the starting lineup so that Yurt can play, or maybe vice versa. Cause I mean, they both can kind of shoot a little bit. So, I mean, I think for sure he can make a rotation. I mean, what I think's weird, Alf, is that, you know, Spo didn't look his way until UD got hurt.
Also, after seeing the way KZ played last game,
I didn't think KZ was that bad last game.
Neither did I, but I mean, the fact that he went to UD first and then UD hurts himself and he's like, he looks at KZ and just like looks right past him and goes straight to, he's like, fuck. He's like, UD was his ace in the hole. He's like, fuck. He looks at KZ, he probably just shook his head like a disappointing father.
I cannot believe Udonis has played more in this season than he has the combined previous two.
Why is that so unbelievable?
Because like this has been their best team in the
that's the other part.
He's playing this season is weird. I get it, but like there were times last season where I think they could have used a few minutes from him out there.
Okay,
yes.
Yeah. This one's for anybody. Oh, sorry. No, Bronx Joker asked, do you think the backcourt defense is elite with Kyle and Gabe out there together?
Yes.
Do you think elite?
Brass. I wouldn't say elite only because they're still short, but good. I think it's really good.
But you know, Bond, like I don't think the size thing is like.
I watched Kyle get shot over. I watched Karis LeVert shoot over the top of Gabe. It matters.
Never mind.
Because I felt like I knew where you were about to go. Go ahead.
Okay.
It doesn't matter that they're short. No, say I'm sorry.
She just bonds played G.
You just took G's soul right there.
PJ Tucker's short. What does that mean?
He's not as short as them.
He's 6'5" and he's guarding fucking 6'10" guys.
I actually agree with Bond there. Like, I think they're good. They're really good defensively, but I don't think it's elite because they do lack length. It's not even just about size.
That's
height.
what I meant.
It's like they both have short arms.
I don't think Kyle's arms are short, but
Kyle has those short, little chubby arms.
Kyle's body is short, so. Karis LeVert was like rising over top of them, both of them.
But Karis LeVert also like walks on air. You know what I mean?
Most
Karis LeVert was amazing. Can we pick that guy up?
Fuck that guy. J Jock 44 gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Shout out to J Jock. That's OG right there.
Bond's playing on your ass.
I need some get back.
All right, Brash, you had another question?
Let's see.
I lost mine.
Yeah, we'll take post up 75 Gagas.
Post up 75 Gaga asks, what's the effect of Spo randomly doing a full court press like once and then stopping?
Can I get this one?
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go, G.
It's funny because I was listening to Zach Lowe talk about this today about kind of how the Heat and the Warriors do this. They'll do like, and today was a good example. They opened the game with the zone, and then they went to a trap, and then they did man to man. Those were the first 3 possessions of the game. And then Spo will mix in like a random full court press and then not do it again. And that throws you off. Like as a ball handler and everything, you don't know what to expect when you're coming down the floor. So I actually love that he does that. He just throws weird shit out of nowhere. And as a defense, you don't expect it. And then he just pulls it. And then you're just like, you're kind of waiting for it. And it's like, you don't know if it's going to come or not. And then all of a sudden now you have, well, which of their 7 defensive coverages that they've thrown at me today are they going to do? So I actually love when they do that. That's like one of my favorite coaching things that Spo does.
Fantastic.
I thought that I agree with that. And Bond, just as someone who's played the game, what does that do to you? Like G's saying, when AMG Tony said G raised his hand like that annoying kid in class that always has the answer.
Leave G alone.
But Siobhan, what does that do to you as a player when they're in a half court set, and then the next time you come down, full court press, and then they come back in a half court defense? Like, what does that do to you as into your mindset?
D said it, spot on. It does throw you off. You think that, so you have one possession, and you're like, all right, cool. They play the zone. Okay, we know where we missed the spots to attack that zone. We'll hit that zone next time. And then you come back next time, and there's not a zone. And you're like, fuck, well, I had in my head that I missed this pass against the zone, but now it's not here anymore. And then, you bring the ball up casual. Next time you have, this full court, like 1-2-2 press happening, and with some guards that have the energy and have, the foot speed and the strength to do it. So G spot on. It definitely does throw off the rhythm of your offense. It's like like muscle memory. It's not allowing you to get any kind of muscle memory with what the coverage is.
Bond, the other thing that I like about that is, like, let's say like you get a look 3 times. Let's say like, okay, you get a zone look 3 times. And then by the 3rd time, you're just like, all right, I know what I need to do to beat it. And then they change the look. I get a little tilted. I'm just like, wait, I know how to beat it now. Like, let me see it again. Right. And then they take it away. And then now you get a different coverage.
And you actually, you legitimately like get frustrated and mad. Like, damn, them fuckers, they like switched it.
I can beat it. Let me show you.
Yes. Yes.
Someone said, serious question. How good are, Ninja Red CJ says, serious question. How good are the Heat without Spo?
I used to call him Ninjared.
I did used to call him Ninja.
Oh, what? Ninja?
No, I think you're right. I think Ninja Red is correct, but I read it as Ninjared.
I thought it was another one of these Oedipus complex.
You used to read it as Ninjared.
I did.
Last season.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ninjared for watching.
Maybe it was G. My bad.
What I will say is, like, look at the fact that Spo said we went back to the drawing board because they're basically running an entirely different offense and defense now without Bam and Jimmy. Like they're definitely their 2 most important defensive players, and they're probably top 3 and they're on as far as offensive side of the ball. They went back, they had a practice, and they came out with a different game plan, and they were able to get guys going. And I would say that I'm not saying it's 100% on Spo, because of course it's not 100% on anybody, but the fact that they were able to adjust this, after 20 games in without their 2 best players on the road in Indiana, where everyone struggles, like. Fuck, gee.
What the?
Fucking Johnny.
Yes, Alf.
But yeah, it was. It's really good to see that without those 2 guys, that they were able to adjust in a place that they just don't win very often. You're pointing at the camera. Did you have something to say?
No, I was just like trying to do something funny when the camera came back. I do have something to say that I love how Spo was like, okay, fuck it, no centers, right? Last game, and it looked like shit. And then today he's like, never mind, centers. And he's, for all the shit that we give him for being stubborn, I mean, that was legit. He saw Indiana's a big team. I'm not going to fuck with that. That looked like shit. Maybe I'll try it a little bit later when we can work on it and practice a little more. But he's like, I'm just going to stick with this stuff that I think is going to be good. And I give him credit for that.
Thanks, G.
You're welcome.
Like, I thought weren't you supposed to do something? I'm gonna go behind the scenes right now. Like, we have been asking you for like the last 5 minutes to fuck your camera up on purpose. Like,
I wasn't looking at the chat.
We've been asking you, like, okay.
Well, but the fact that Alf is calling you out on that when
No, God damn it.